Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Study of Basic Statistics course. I am Chen Jinchi from Guangxi Financial Vocational College. Today, we open Project 4, the first lesson of descriptive statistics. Let's learn about aggregate indicators. Have you ever thought about, when you plan to open an unattended convenience store on campus, what's the first thing to know? How many students are there on campus? What's the daily foot traffic? And the total potential consumption? Behind these key data, rely on our protagonist today, the total indicator. In this class, we will use 4 sections to help you master the basic concepts of total indicators, classification, units of measurement, and measurement methods, combined with entrepreneurial cases and ideological and political courses, and guide you to see the world from numbers, to make judgments and seek development. First, let's understand what a total indicator. Total indicators are also called absolute indicators. It refers to the overall size. The overall size of a social-economic phenomenon, or total level. For example, our school admitted 6,300 new students in 2023. An electric factory produced 120,000 products. In 2024, the total revenue of catering industry. These numbers are typical aggregate indicators. It has 3 major functions. First, it helps us understand social phenomena, such as judging a country's economic strength. We can look at the total GDP. 2. Supporting scientific decision-making, which can help enterprises make budgets or site selection, and governments make policies. Third, it lays the foundation for calculation, such as relative indicators, growth rate, average indicators, per capita income, etc. All depend on aggregate indicators. According to the different content of performance, can be divided into 2 categories. First, unit total and mod total. Unit total is the total number of units in the population, which reflects the overall size. For example, the number of employees in a company is 500, and the total of marks is the sum of a certain attribute of each unit, reflecting the overall level. For example, the total salary of the company is 6 million yuan. Please note that unit total and mod total will change roles with the change of the research object. Let's take a look at this question. Which of the following is not a total quantity indicator? First, let's analyze each option. Option A city produces 1.2 million tons of steel annually. This is a total output value, and it is an aggregate indicator. Option B, a supermarket has a monthly sales revenue of 1 million yuan. This is a total sales volume, and it is also an aggregate indicator. Option D, the population of a certain region is 1.5 million. This is a total number of people, and it is an aggregate indicator. Now, look at option C, grain yield per moon in a certain area is 450 kilograms. The keyword here is per moon, which means per unit area. This is an average indicator, not a total quantity indicator. So, the correct answer is C. Next, we will distinguish them from different forms. To further distinguish, aggregate indicators are period indicators and point indicators. Period indicators represent the cumulative total over a period. Monthly sales, annual revenue, quarterly costs. Its characteristic is that it can be added, and are affected by the length of time. Point indicators represent the total amount at a moment, such as inventory on a given day, the number of students enrolled in school. Its characteristic is that it cannot be added, and limited by the time point. Let's tackle this question. The task is to find which one is a period indicator. First, let's recall the difference. The period indicator reflects the total accumulated over a period of time, whereas a point-in-time indicator shows the state at a specific moment. Let's analyze each option. Option A, inventory at the end of the first quarter. This is a stock figure, representing the status at a specific moment, so it is a point-in-time indicator. Option C, the current number of students enrolled in a certain university. Current means the present moment. This is also a point-in-time indicator. Option D, the number of people in a certain library this Sunday. This refers to the headcount at a specific time on Sunday. Therefore, it is also a point-in-time indicator. Now, look at option B, total sales of milk tea in February. In February indicates a full month, which is a clear time period. Sales accumulate throughout this period. So, this is definitely a period indicator. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Let's take this question to see an extended application of an entrepreneurial case. Suppose you are a person who plans to open a nail salon pop-up store. For scientific decision making, you plan to collect and analyze some key data. At this time, you can apply our total indicator today to assist in the judgment. For example, you want to know how many customers you have received this month to assess the overall operational results. This is a period indicator because which reflects the cumulative total within a period. On the other hand, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon of a certain day, want to know the number of people waiting in line? TO arrange service staff. This is a point in time indicator because it reflects the state at a certain moment. By using these two indicators together, you can not only grasp the overall trend of the business, but also adjust your operational strategies dynamically, such as whether to add service windows, whether there is a shortage of manpower during peak hours. Look at problems from data and make decisions based on data. This is in innovation and entrepreneurship of statistics the most important value. We have learned the classification of aggregate indicators. The next key question is what these totals are represented by. We need to use units of measurement. Although the unit of measurement seems simple, it is the basis for ensuring data accuracy, standardization, and comparability. Only by using scientific units uniformly can our statistical results be meaningful, especially in entrepreneurial practice. We divide common measurement units into 3 categories. Let's take a look at them one by one. Type by physical units of measurement. Natural units, like a person, a pair of shoes, a table. Units of measurement and weights, such as tons, meters, liters. Compound units, such as ton kilometers, kilowatt hours, etc. Standard physical units. It refers to converting different purity of alcohol, be uniformly converted into a 100% concentration unit. The second type is monetary units, such as yuan and dollar. These are the most common economic measurement units. The third type is labor units, such as working hours, working days, used to estimate the cost-benefit of human labor. Let's work through this question. Which of the following is a compound unit? First, let's recall what a compound unit is. A compound unit is a unit formed by combining 2 or more basic units of measurement. Now let's analyze each option one by one. Option A, kilogram. This is a single basic unit for mass, so it is not a compound unit. Option C, people. This is a natural unit for counting individuals, a single unit, not a compound unit. Option D, yuan. This is a single monetary unit, so it is not a compound unit either. Now look at option B, kWh, which stands for kilowatt hour. It is formed by combining the unit of power, kilowatt, and the unit of time, hour. This is a typical compound unit, therefore, the correct answer is B. In order to accurately count the total indicators, we must follow 3 principles. First, comprehensiveness. All objects that should be counted must be included and cannot be missed. For example, when counting the consumption of all students, we cannot only count the boys. Comparability. Different regions, times, and subject statistics, the units should be consistent. Otherwise, it's like apples and bananas cannot be compared. Third, uniformity. For the same type of data, should use the same caliber and method. Otherwise, there will be a confusion of taxable income. Let's look at this question. Why can't the total indicators be added directly? First, let's analyze each option one by one. Option A, different units. If 2 total indicators use different units of measurement, such as adding kilograms and liters, they cannot be added directly. This is a valid reason. Option B, different scope. If the statistical scopes of the 2 indicators are inconsistent, such as adding the number of students in a college and the number of employees in a company, they cannot be added directly. This is also a valid reason. Option C, different time. For example, you cannot directly add the inventory at the end of January and the inventory at the end of February, because they are point-in-time indicators at different moments, and direct addition will lead to double counting. This is also a valid reason, since all three options are B and C are correct reasons. The correct answer is D, all of the above. Through today's study, students, we have mastered the definition of aggregate indicators, classification, units of measurement, and methods of measurement, and combined with examples of innovation and entrepreneurship, we have learned its important role in practical business decisions. One sentence summary: aggregate metric are the starting point for understanding the world, and it is the basic tool for rational entrepreneurship. Statistics is not only a tool, but also a way of thinking. It teaches us to be realistic and pursue objectivity, and speak with data. In the digital age, whether you're an entrepreneur or a manager, should have the basic literacy of looking at problems with data. I hope you have both enthusiasm and creativity, but also be down to earth, respect data, and pursue truth. Finally, I will assign a small homework. Please combine with a future entrepreneurial project, such as campus vending machines, laundry services, takeaway stations, etc. List the 3 total indicators you need to collect most, and explain their units of measurement, and the data source. For example, questionnaire, school official websites, or through the platform's backend, etc. Looking forward to your wonderful answers. See you next class.